Long ago, in an age where penance held greater power than weapons, deep within the icy stillness of the Himalayas lived a sage named Arun. Renowned for his unwavering devotion and intense meditation, Arun had renounced all worldly pleasures. He had turned away from society, wealth, and even the company of women. Years passed in complete solitude. His body had become still as a rock, and a divine aura glowed around him. The fire of his penance was so strong that even the gods in the heavens began to feel its heat. Indra, the king of the gods, grew increasingly anxious. He feared that if sage Arun succeeded in gaining boons from Brahma through his powerful austerities, his own throne might be in danger. To break the sage's growing spiritual power, Indra summoned the most enchanting celestial nymph from heaven, Rambha. She was not only beautiful beyond words, but a master of dance and music. Her voice could melt stones, and her beauty could distract even the most focused minds. Though hesitant, Rambha obeyed Indra's command and descended to earth. The forest where sage Arun meditated was dense, sacred, and untouched by time. Dressed in garments woven from golden threads, flowers in her hair, and a soft fragrance trailing behind her, Rambha entered the clearing. With slow, graceful steps, she approached the sage, who sat still, eyes closed, immersed in meditation. Then she began to play her veena. The sound was divine, like the gentle whisper of the wind through temple bells. It was not just music, it was magic, woven with emotion, desire, and ancient longing. Birds fell silent. The trees leaned forward as if to listen. Slowly, sage Arun's mind wavered. His breath shifted. A shiver ran through his spine. And after years of motionless penance, he opened his eyes. Before him stood Rambha. Her eyes deep as the night, her presence glowing like the moon. She said nothing. She simply sat before him, continuing her melody. Her gaze wasn't seductive, it was curious, tender, and strangely pure. Something in her presence touched a long-forgotten place within the sage's heart. "Who are you?" Arun asked, his voice low but calm. "I am Rambha," she replied with a soft smile. "I came from the heavens, but sitting before you now, heaven feels distant." Arun felt something stir inside him, a gentle pull he hadn't felt in lifetimes. At first, he resisted. He tried to retreat into silence. But love, once awakened, doesn't obey the rules of the mind. His heart recognized her presence, not as a distraction, but as a companion his soul had silently longed for. "You were sent to break me, but instead, you've awakened me." Rambha lowered her eyes. She knew her purpose had been fulfilled, but in the process, she had lost herself. The sage's gaze didn't see her as an object of desire, it saw her as a soul, and that gaze broke her more deeply than any rejection could. She was no longer a celestial temptress, she was a woman who had just discovered the meaning of being truly seen. "I was sent by Indra, but I stayed for you." Arun rose from his seat. "Then stay, not as a test, but as a partner. Let us walk a different path, one not of isolation, but of union." Rambha's eyes welled with tears. Her role as an Apsara no longer mattered. For the first time, someone wanted not her beauty, but her presence. And in that forest where time had stood still for centuries, two souls began a new journey, not of renunciation nor indulgence, but of sacred love. The gods watched silently. Indra said nothing. Perhaps even in heaven, there are moments when love wins over fear. Sage Arun abandoned his old path, not as a defeat, but as a new beginning. And Rambha chose to remain by his side, giving up the splendor of heaven for the warmth of companionship. Their story was whispered by birds, echoed by the wind, and eventually faded into myth. But in that sacred grove, their legacy still lingers, as a reminder that even the purest penance can be touched by the gentle hand of love. Dear listeners, if this story touched your heart and you enjoy such mythological tales filled with mystery, emotion, and timeless wisdom, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The Silent Stories. We bring you ancient legends reimagined every week. Thank you for listening.